Hello YouTube, Restitution here, and today we have a device review. Sorry, it's been a while. I've had a lot of training and sickness going on, but I'm back and I'm ready to go. And what a way to come back to the show, the brand new Verizon HTC One. Thank you HTC for letting me get my hands on one of these. It launches today. And we're going to open the sucker up, we're going to talk about it, we're going to do a whole bunch of cool stuff, and well, let's get to it. Alright guys, here we are. Now I apologize, this video is going to be a little bit more shaky because I forgot my tripod, but I wanted to get this to you guys as soon as possible. So, excuse the shakiness, and there's going to be a lot of cuts in this video. So, let's get started. Alright, so here we are. We have the phone itself, as well as we have the standard micro USB cable and HTC wall brick. You get a pair of headphones, which, being that it is an HTC, these are most likely debadged Beats headphones. They certainly look and feel like it. They do have a nice high quality feel to them. They do have a nice high quality feel to them. I'm sure someone will tell me if they actually are unbadged Beats, but that's not what we're really here for. Inside here we have all of our get to know your phone stuff, but again, not what we're here for. We're here for the main event, the HTC One. Now, but none of that is the reason why we are here today. The reason why we are here is because of this wonderful, wonderful phone, the HTC One. So, let's turn it on. Let's see if we can get this out of the fluorescent lights. And let's let it turn on. So, just a couple tech specs here. 4.7-inch 1080p display, which gives it an amazing resolution, not resolution, but a DPI of 468, the highest on the market, which means it's going to look the crispest. On the back, we have a 4 ultra pixel camera, which is fancy software mumbo jumbo, but apparently it takes pretty solid photos, not as detailed as the 13 megapixel of the Galaxy S3, or the S4, I should say, but the Ultra Pixel does capture more light. Aluminum body design is very nice, and it's a very clean line. So you've got the power button and the headphone jack on the top, an aluminum metal rocker on the side, just like the Droid DNA, and a charging port on the bottom. And thank God they left it open. They didn't put any funky plugs on it. Now you will see there is no slot for a micro SD card, which still makes me sad, because I like micro SD. The phone is running 4.2.2 Jelly Bean, which is nice, one of the more latest and greatest, with Sense 5.0, which is going to give us the blink feed. It's got a quad-core 1.7 gigahertz processor, so it is blazing fast, and it is a Qualcomm Snapdragon with 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of built-in storage. So at least they gave us some extra storage, not having the SD card, which means that there's going to be about 26 gigabytes available for us to use. So I'm going to go through and get this all activated. I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are. The phone is now activated. I am now just setting up my blink feed, which I already have added a few accounts, so we can kind of see what's going on Facebook and a few other things. But what I really like is that you can go through and check out some news. I like the Huffington Post. I just got turned on to that. And let's see what other stuff I like here. I like Autoblog, kind of a car nut, Engadget, Gizmodo, The Verge. Who would have thought I was a technology nut, you know? Let's go to some categories. It's downloading apps and such. So the internet's a little slow. But I really like this feature about the blink feed. It lets you just set up kind of feeds that interest you. So I'm going to continue to set this up, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are, we're back. Been playing with the phone for a little bit. And I downloaded some apps, including some benchmarks. So we're going to run some benchmarks and see what this puppy can do. Now, I'm not going to make you sit here and needlessly watch benchmarks. So as soon as it loads up, or as soon as I'm finished, I'm going to pause this and run the test. So, be right back. Alright, so the test finished. Getting a grand score in Antutu of 24,054. The CPU and GPU skyrocketing in performance. Now, this doesn't really give us a whole lot in comparisons, so I'm going to run Quadrant, which gives us a nice little breakdown of everything. So, we'll be right back. Alright, so we're back, and on Quadrant we get a whopping 12,073, which is a very high number, as we can see comparing it to the other devices such as the One X and the Galaxy Nexus, which really isn't that old. Very powerful device according to Quadrant. Now these are just benchmarks, they don't really mean anything for the average user other than the phone is fast. So, initial review, I've been playing around with the phone for a few hours now. I really love the feel of the phone, the gapless construction, which is the way that they cut the aluminum with the antennas on the inside without causing any interference. I love Blink Feed. It's a great way for me to keep up to date on everything that's going on in my social life, although I don't really have one. A couple things I've noticed. Now, I have been playing with it extensively and downloading apps and this, that, and the other. It's very warm to the touch. I hope that that's something that doesn't stay. I also don't like how the app drawer only lets you have 12 items on the screen. This is a gorgeous 1080p display. Why limit it and give you all this black space? So a couple things that I've noticed, but it feels really great in the hand. It is a solid phone. I'm going to play around with the camera, and I will post a follow-up video hopefully in the next few days. So, the HTC One for Verizon, brand new, launches today, assuming I get this video up on the 23rd. A+, 2 thumbs up, solid construction, feels great in the hand. Not much I can really say about it in the negative. It is a little warm to the touch, but that's a minor thing. So I'm hoping that we'll get up and running and get some good stuff going. And hopefully the developers can figure out a way to unlock the phone, because Verizon has just locked it and I didn't get a chance to unlock mine in time. So that's a very minor thing, and that's something for another story altogether. But HTC One, $200 on contract. Excellent phone. Definitely feel free to check it out if you want the best of the best. This is the HTC's flagship. Definitely going to put it on par with the Galaxy S4, but I will do a more detailed breakdown between the two, hopefully in a few days after I get some time to play with this guy. So, without further ado, this is Rustitution. Be sure to check back and subscribe for more app, phone, accessory, and random tech videos. Take care, guys. You guys rock. Alright, so before I upload this, I want to touch base on a few things that I mentioned. One, the headphones that are included are not Beats without badges. They actually sound a little bit cleaner. They're not so bass heavy, so that's kind of cool. Application, as you can see, I figured it out. If you drag down where you can choose the alphabetical, custom, or most recent, you also get a menu feature, which you can do grid size. You get the 3x4 or the 4x5. So the 4x5 gives me a little bit more screen real estate. Also, one of the things that I did not like about Sense 4.0 or 4.2 or whatever the one that came on the DNA was the recent applications. You only got to see half. Now you get to see a full grid of applications and that makes it just a little bit easier to switch between applications. So that's kind of cool. A couple things that I wanted to touch base on before I uploaded this video. So there's my abridgment, and I will get back to you guys with a little bit more in-depth review a little bit later. Take care, guys.